This is 5-7, Adding Polynomials, page 233, number 1 through 27 odd in the green book. All right, so when we're adding polynomials, what you see is we have one polynomial here and another polynomial. What we want to do, since they're being added together, we're just going to be combining like terms. So 4x to the third power, 4x to the third power is a like term with negative 8x to the third power, and that makes negative 4x to the third power. And I'm going to go in order of my exponents. X to the second doesn't have a matching term, so we'll just write down plus x squared. And then I have minus 5x and minus 2x. That makes negative 7x. And then, of course, we have our constant term, negative 7 and positive 1, which makes plus 6. This is what we call the horizontal method. You can do this either horizontally like this. Sometimes you want to do the lines and combine them. It's another way too. Sometimes I might cross out as I've used them. Okay, the vertical method, I don't usually use this because it's a little bit more work, is I write down the first polynomial, and then what I do is I take each term, negative 8x to the third, and I write it directly underneath. And negative 2x, and positive 1 under the constant term, and then I add, going up and down, it's negative 4x to the third plus x squared minus 7x plus 1. So it's basically the same thing. I'm just lining one polynomial on top of the other. And so there we go. Now let's talk about some like terms and unlike. 5x and negative 4x are like terms, but 5x and y is not. 3m squared and m squared are like terms because the variable and the exponent are the same. And negative 3x and 4 are not because 4 doesn't have an x. 7xy is the same as 2yx, same kind of term. They're like terms. Order doesn't matter in multiplication. Whereas negative 5xy and 2y is unlike because it's missing the x. 4/5 a and negative a are like terms because they're both a to the first. Whereas 4x squared and negative 3x are not because x is to the first power. 2x squared y is a like term with yx squared because x is squared and y is to the first on both terms. 5x squared y and 7x y squared. It's still x is to the first, y is to the second. All right. So now we've got, we're just combining our like terms. So I'm noticing that a goes with 3a, and that makes 4a, and I cross them out. And then I've got constant term positive 2 and negative 9. Those make negative 7, and cross those out, and I'm done. And that is as simplified as we can get. 4a minus 7. Okay? Now pause the recording, and you tie the rest. Now check your work. My 7x squared goes with x squared. That's 8x squared minus x minus 5. The next one will be 3y squared plus 5y plus 7. All right, pause the recording and try the next few on your own. Now check your work. Notice negative 4x goes with positive 6x, and then 3 goes with negative 11. 7y to the fourth and 3y to the third. Nope, 7y to the fourth doesn't have anything it goes with. 3y to the third doesn't have anything it goes with. 9y squared minus 10y is negative y squared. And then I've got negative 6, negative 8, which makes negative 14. Here we're trying them in vertical form. I get 7x squared I've got 9x, negative 9x, and I have negative 5. We have negative 5m to the third, negative 2m squared, negative 6m, and positive 10. All right, this is just more of the same. You can pause it, or you can go on to the next couple slides if you want to pause it and I'm not sure why they did that and just got rid of the parentheses. You don't have to. Okay, so now let's look at very simple, same thing. Write an expression that represents the area of the shaded region. So remember, for a rectangle, the formula is length times width. So we're doing area of a big rectangle plus the area of a small rectangle. Okay, let's see how they write this out. So it'd be area of a big rectangle plus the area of a small rectangle. And the big rectangle is 6 times the quantity of 2, right? It's length times width. So we're going to multiply 6 times 2x plus 5. And then I've got 3 times x plus 2. We do our distributing, 12x plus 30 plus 3x plus 6. And then we combine our like terms, 15x plus 36. Pause the recording and you try the next one on your own. Now let's check our work. 7 times the quantity of 6x squared plus 5x, and 5 times the quantity of 3x squared minus 2x. Altogether, we get 15/7 x squared plus 25x. Okay. Now, so if we're looking for the measurement of AC in terms of x, we're going to do section AB is 4x plus minus 5x, right? We don't know. So here we've got AB as 4x squared minus 5x, and BC is 3x squared minus 2x. So if we add them all together, this section plus this section doesn't equal the whole. So we can do that vertically. And we get 7x squared minus 7x. Voila. Pause the recording and try the next one on your own. Now check your work. There you go. Next one, finding the area. Here's the thing. You'd think that this was tricky, but they're giving you the area since the number inside is the area for that portion. So we really just have to add up all 3 portions. And we get 9x squared minus 2x plus 3. And that's it. That's the recording for 5/7.